Alright everybody, welcome back. There is a subscriber named Phil, shout out to him. He's been watching a good bit of my tutorials. I thank you because you've been telling me I've been doing so great, and I appreciate that, I really do. I try my best. But whoever you are, man, I really do appreciate you. You had asked me to share my testimony, Phil, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. But my testimony isn't one of the, huge, came out of this addiction and that addiction, that, it's not, a huge one, but it still means a lot to me. Back when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way up until I was, I think, 16, either 15 or 16, I was a heavy video game addict. I was addicted to video games. It was bad. Television and video games, all that. I was heavy on it. Worldly music, I had loved all of it. And eventually, with the video games and the television, it escalated into worse and worse things. Through the counseling of my pastor and everybody, when I had got off video games the first time, I said, okay, God, I'll take a month off. I'll take a month off video games. And I did it. I'm pretty sure I'd finished the month, but I just went back, and it got worse. It was still bad. My parents would tell me, you've got an hour, and I'd take an hour and a half. You've got half an hour in video games, and I'd take an hour. It came to the point of where I was disobeying my parents, and I wasn't, getting off when I was supposed to. There would be times, I'm pretty sure there were times when they left, and they told me no video games, and I still got on them. Because that was just my mindset, was I had to be on video games all the time. And it wasn't necessarily anything, bad, like video game-wise. It was pretty much just Fortnite, Final Fantasy, Smash Bros, Zelda, stuff like that. Kingdom Hearts. But looking back into it, those video games even included demons sometimes. And I didn't think anything of it. But I remember hearing a ton of preaching about how television and video games, that's just a portal into your mind. The eyes are the portal into the mind. And I got so hooked, and I just couldn't get off. And I heard God tell me one day, he's like, you need to give up the video games. They were killing me spiritually. And he was like, you need to give up the video games. And I was like, okay, I'll give them up, but give me something else to do. And that Christmas, I had asked my grandparents for a guitar. But backtracking a little bit, my parents had grounded me from video games, I think it was for like a week. And we had a piano that my old pastor, Brother Chapman, had given us. Because my dad went and mowed his lawn, I think, or something like that, and he gave him the piano as payment. So we had that, and I got on it and learned to play worldly music, unfortunately. That's where it started, but I had to start somewhere. And I picked it up really fast, just snap, snap, snap. I was picking it up. I was picking up, unfortunately, worldly music at the time. But I was really good at listening. That's all it was, is I would hear the guy tell me, okay, play this chord, this chord, this chord. And I'd see him play it, and I'd just play it. And it all came so naturally. And I didn't think anything of it. Went back to video games after I got off the grounding. But I'd written a song, and it was my very first song, Through It All. I've actually still got the green binder that I wrote it in. And that was a while ago. I don't even think I've put the date on it. I can check really quick. Let me see. Yeah, this is the first binder with my songs in it. Nope, I didn't date it. I did not put the date on that. The first one I actually dated... I know I wrote a bunch of these back in 2020. The first one I dated was song number 6, and that was December 28th, 2020. So I know that Through It All was written sometime in 2020, most likely October, if I had to guess. But anyway, so that was when I'd hopped on the piano and I started writing songs and stuff. I started writing my first song, Through It All. And I had actually gotten the chords from a worldly video game that I used to watch YouTubers play. But I just changed up the notes in the song and everything. But I'd rearranged the chords, I think I did. And that's where it all began. So now we're going to fast forward back to the point that I was at. But that Christmas, I'd asked my grandparents for a guitar. Because my sister Laura asked for a guitar. She got a really nice one. It was awesome. Like, this guitar was beautiful. and it was a left-handed guitar, and it was amazing. And I asked my grandparents, I was like, can you give me a guitar? I want a guitar. And I will actually show you the guitar they gave me because I still have it. Let me see. Sorry, knocked it all over. But I got my very first acoustic guitar. This is a nylon string guitar from BCP. It's got no branding on it. It's just a little guitar. It's nylon string. It's probably not in tune. No, it's not in tune. But, I mean, I still love this thing to death. I would not sell this for $2 million because this is my very first guitar. I still love this thing. I mean, I don't play it a whole lot because I've got my Angelico and I've got the Telecaster right now. But this was my very first guitar. And it means a lot to me that they gave it to me. My grandparents did not know how badly I had wanted a guitar. But the reason they didn't spend too much on mine was because my sister picked up the guitar and she put it down. She didn't play it again. And my grandparents thought, alright, well, Ryan's going to get this. He's not going to play it. You guys have seen the tutorials. I've got a YouTube channel on guitar, and in fact, I'll go ahead and turn y'all around. This is what God gave me. He gave me all that. You guys can see the blessings just right there. You know, my very first steel string guitar is that Ibanez acoustic right there. You know, that Ibanez acoustic was my very first steel string given to me by my grandparents, Grandpa Sonny and Carmen. Grandpa Tim and Grandma Patricia got me the nylon. And then I bought my own bass, that was an Ibanez. I bought my own Angelico, right there, the acoustic. That's the Telecaster I'm borrowing from Brother Vest. And up there is a Hondo I got from the church. And of course I've got my violin, my ukulele, you know, ocarina, stuff like that. But, you know, God had told me, give up video games. I told him, give me something to do and I will. And he gave me a guitar. And I gave up the video games. I said I wasn't going back. And then, you know, the devil works in crafty ways. And he tempted me, and I went back. And I got off again. I was like, I can't go back. And he tempted me, and I went back, and I got off. But since then, I've not been back on him, and I refuse to fall back to it. And I know that the devil makes things, he makes himself seem like God sometimes. And he'll talk to you, you know, sounding like the voice of God, but it's not. And I've fallen for it a few times. But since then, it was a while ago. But I've been off video games for a while. And I feel great. And God's really, you know, given me my ministry, my calling. I've played for youth services. I play for the regular services on guitar. I play the children's song on the drums. You know, whenever we're in regular service, I'll play guitar. And then they'll say, you know, children, come on up. So I'll go ahead and get on the drums. Brother Caden will step off. And then he'll get back on once we're done with that. But here soon, I'm going to start playing piano for the youth services. And God turned me into a great singer. He gave me all these talents and all these gifts simply because I gave up my life so I could find it. And the Bible says, whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it. He was saying, if you'll lose the life you think is yours, I'll give you the life that actually is yours. And this life's not our own, of course. This is, you know, God's body is just on rental. You know, I'm just renting this till I can give it back. My bass case is falling over. But anyway, you know, God just blessed me so much. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. And I will see you guys later. If you got any questions, comment down below. Give me an email, christianmusicianrp@gmail.com. And just let me know if you got any questions, comments, thoughts. If you want to do lessons, I'll teach. My lessons are very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. I had Brother Vest teach me some. Jarrett Carter taught me some. But, you know, I had a few guitar teachers, but Logan really kicked off, you know, the start of it. I'd ask him to teach me a song, and he'd teach it. You know, I figured out what he was doing and how he figured out those songs, so that's what I use. But you guys just, you know, let me know if you guys want to do tutorials. And, you know, I'll do face-to-face lessons. Ask me about prices on email. If I put them on YouTube, I don't think they'll let me keep the video up. But yeah, that's my testimony. I've actually wrote a song about my testimony. Uh, Unfortunately, I cannot play any of the songs on YouTube right now that I've written, simply because of the fact that if I do, they could get stolen. That's why I don't like my songs going on the internet. Um, but once I go, hopefully, to a recording studio or something, we'll figure out about me getting them copyrighted and published and stuff like that. So we are working on that. Um, I will definitely put up stuff on YouTube like, hey guys, I'm getting ready to put out the song or whatever, just so you guys can be there for the premiere or the live or whatever we do. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a great day. That was my testimony. And like I said, any questions, comments, anything, just let me know. Um, if you need a Bible study, I will do Bible studies. I'm not afraid to do that. If you just email me and you just label it Bible study, I'd give you a Bible study. Teach you about the one God doctrine and all that. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day, and God bless y'all in Jesus' name.